If you've ever are moving to or live in Central Texas near Fort Hood, Killeen, Temple, Belton area, I've got a fantastic real estate agent that I would love to introduce y'all to. Hello, everybody. I'm Nate Carver, your favorite mortgage guy, and today we're talking to Carissa Duran, a real estate agent in Central Texas. Hey, I'm Nate Carver, and welcome to Between Two Doors. Carissa, how are you?
Hi, good. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super excited to have this conversation with you. I've looked up some numbers. You have been doing fantastic in a challenging market post COVID, and you are killing it. And you've with your experience in the real estate, in the real estate at large. I just wanted to get you on here and introduce the world to you because I think they need to know you. Tell us all about your background, where you started, and maybe some unique, cool facts about your journey.
Yeah, sure. So I am married to an active duty soldier. We came to Texas because of the Army, and we just decided to stay because we liked the area. So coming here as a military spouse and reservist at the time when I got here, I needed something that was kind of, transient and versatile as far as career choice. So I went with real estate, and I've been doing that for over 10 years now since we've been in this area of Texas.
10 years in real estate, about 15 years or so that you've been living. Was it always in the central part of Texas, or did y'all get moved around with the
Uh,
military?
we were in El Paso first, and then we came here. He did a few rotations, and then we just decided to stay. So we've been here for almost 15 years.
Nice. So Fort Hood, Fort Bliss, Fort Cavasso. I don't know what the names are now.
Yeah,
I know they're changing things, so it's all good.
they did a shakeup. Fort Bliss is still Fort Bliss, but Fort Hood, it started as Camp Hood, and then they changed it to Fort Hood, and then it went to Fort Cavazos, but it's back to Fort Hood now. It's Fort Hood.
Oh, okay. There you go. We both. I'm sure we've all run the same miles, same routes. All of us being in the military, and we've come close to maybe not in the exact same timeline, but definitely the same places where we've enjoyed the all the exciting things of all of those locations. So anyway, um, let's see, serving greater Fort Hood area. What made y'all specifically about that area that y'all were really keen on, that like we want to stay here, this is going to be home?
The affordability factor was big for us when we first got here. He was an E4. So obviously our income was limited, and I had just started in real estate. And then almost as soon as we got here, we started having children. So we decided that, all of those things kind of mixed together were the perfect storm for us just planting roots here and exploring what real estate had for us and exploring how to create stability for the kids and our family as a whole.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And it's relatively, state of Texas, right? So everything is huge. But that area is really, close to a lot of big venues in cities, west. I mean, it's you're three hours, 4 hours max to Galveston or Corpus Christi, probably.
Right. Yep.
Um, Austin's just down the road. San Antonio is just down the road. Waco is just north of y'all. So, and then you got the Hill Country, which you're in.
Right.
Uh, I'm thinking of like New Braunfels, the rivers you can float through. There's a lot of stuff to do in y'all's area. So good for y'all. Good for y'all. So okay, so the draw to plant roots in Central Texas. Let's go back in time a little bit because you've got some pretty unique history that I've never heard of until I've met you. And tell us a little bit about the roots.
Yeah, so I recently found out I'm actually fifth generation Nevadan. My family was in Nevada before it became a state. We were in the Lake Mead Basin before it was a lake. So there's a lot of history there. You don't meet a lot of, I guess, fellow natives from Nevada, especially the Las Vegas area. That's kind of where they centralized. My aunt,
Hmm.
and then, being in Texas for more than 10 years, they say that you're an honorary Texan. So I'm a Nevada native, but I'm an honorary Texan. So came from Nevada, but we're staying here in Texas.
All right, there you go. That is, 5 generations. Wow. All right, so let's talk about your military experience and how that applies to you as a real estate agent. Being a former reservist and then your husband being on active duty, what military moves are like, and some of the complexities there. Can you speak a little bit about how you, as a realtor, are helping active duty soldiers make that move?
Yeah. So having been, kind of on both sides of the coin, so to speak, wearing the uniform myself and being a spouse all of this time, um, I can help relate because I've been in their shoes. I've been, in the position of having to move and uproot and drop everything when the army tells you it's time to drop it and go somewhere else. One of the things I love to do for incoming families is to do 360 walkthroughs. So if we're 60, 45 days out from their arrival, I will go and do as many videos as they want inside the properties that they qualify for. And it's kind of like a GoPro sort of a rig. And anywhere I'm standing in the home, they can see full 360 around. So, if they can't take leave, it gives them a little bit more than just like a FaceTime call because they can actually save that video and send it to family, and use those videos to kind of compare properties, go back and review what they liked, what they didn't like, and then help them narrow down their choices for what they'd like to move forward with. So I love doing 360 videos for my incoming families, and it just gives a little bit more perspective on the properties they're considering.
Would you, looking at the homes you've helped buy or help people sell, um, would you do you roughly know what percentage of that are veteran VA loans versus FHA or conventional?
My business is 98% VA. So whether that's buyers, sellers, I deal with conventional maybe once or twice a year, not very often, because
Hmm.
it's going to be a VA buyer or someone who used their VA to buy and now they're selling. So a VA seller. So it's 98% of my business.
Right. Do you do you see with your veterans or your active duty, if they're getting reassigned, what are they doing with their homes if they already own a home? Are they trying to sell it with you? Or are they trying to help you or help them get it listed as an investment property and a tenant? What do you do
It really
there?
depends on each situation because obviously, if they bought it recently, they might not have the equity to sell. And I don't want them trying to bring a bunch of cash to closing just to sell it. And you know this because you're a lender. A lot of people don't know that you can use your VA loan while you still have entitlement in another property as long
Right.
enough entitlement remaining. So sometimes they freak out because they don't know that and they're like, well, I can't buy another house if I don't sell. Well, that's not true. If you have enough entitlement, you can. So, case by case, I'll talk to them, see what their equity looks like, see what their balance and their mortgage looks like, and if it even makes sense for them to sell. And if not, I'll connect them with a good property management company so that they can at least get it rented and move forward and use, the remainder of their entitlement at their next duty station.
Nice. Yeah, I do a lot of blogs on the ins and outs of the entitlement, the VA loan entitlement, and how veterans can use and active duty can actually use that entitlement to their advantage in a major, massive way in wealth accumulation for real estate. So uh, that is awesome. There's a lot of bad information out there,
Right.
and it's not even, well, there is bad information, but you know active duty, they got plenty on their plate. I don't like I don't expect him to be a real estate expert. I don't expect him to be a lender expert. And that's what you and I are here for. So, um, yeah, showing opening them up to those opportunities is pretty is actually it's really exciting. Good, good. What kind of trends are you seeing? I guess with active duty moving to Fort Hood area, um, are you seeing anything there that you are prepared for as a realtor to help them?
I mean, as far as trends, we're the biggest base, American owned base. And so I mean there's always a movement, an influx and an outflux. It just kind of depends
Mhm.
season if we're in PCS season or not. But as far as trends, I mean, it really just it's based on the rotations and what they're doing. We had a big influx from Poland a few months back, and that was a rotation that was coming in, and of course, that really changed our numbers. But as of right now, I mean, we're heading into the typically slower market right now. Into fall and the holidays and everything, things start to slow down a little. So you'll
Mhm.
get twosies, but I mean it's all just based on the rotations, as you know.
Right. Um, all right, I'm gonna shift gears. I want to come back to Nevada because I know we talked about this before, but I wanted to ask before we hit the record button, what is the birth date of Nevada statehood?
1864, I believe.
Yeah, what and the month and day?
October 31st, Halloween.
There you go. There you go. So if you live in the state of Nevada, to everybody else, we don't get this holiday. It's a holiday. It's a
It,
state holiday. And so I thought that was I just thought that was great. So anyway, all right. So let's talk a little bit about the community that you serve in Central Texas, Killeen, Fort Hood, Belton, Temple, Lampasas. There's quite a few little pocket communities around there too. What are you seeing? Obviously, active duty, they're going to Fort Hood because they have orders to go to Fort Hood, but tell them maybe the 10,000 foot overview of things that people moving into that community, those communities, what they have to look forward to, because there's a lot of really great things in that area.
there's a lot of great things. Something that I mentioned earlier is the affordability factor. We're one of the lowest property taxes in the state of Texas in our county. Bell County has a very low tax rate compared to bigger, more urban areas. So there's that. There's the affordability factor. I think right now gas is like 235 average for our area, which is pretty low compared to, even west, like in Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
Was recently, and it was like $5 a gallon. So there's the affordability factor. There's the commute, the ease of commute. We're right by I-35, which will take you north to Waco, to Dallas, and then up further north, Oklahoma, and all of that. And then south, we're about an hour from Austin, 2.5 from San Antonio, and then if you want to go to Houston, that's about 3. And then the beach, what we call the beach in Texas, Galveston's about 4.5 hours. So, the affordability factor, the convenience of going, if you like being outdoors, we're a great area. We've got lakes, we've got a lot of rivers. Here in Salado, there's the creek, which you can go. There's families out there all the time, every weekend. So I mean, there's plenty to do. It just kind of depends on how far you want to drive. But we're just an hour away from a lot, really. So affordability
Wow.
is really big here for sure.
Nice. What in Salado, there's a historic restaurant right there on 35.
Stagecoach, yes. Hmm.
Stagecoach.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Houston, ate there, slept there. Sam
Yeah.
Houston. Yeah. Yeah,
They
that's pretty neat.
there. I have not seen it myself, but he may or may not still be frequenting his room.
Oh, wow. Wow, I haven't seen the ghost yet either. Yeah, that's a really great restaurant, and right there on that on the river there too. And so that's beautiful. It's a beautiful area. Okay. Very cool. So, and you're actually located in Salado. That's where
Yes.
your office out of. Of course, all the as far as you like to go in every direction is quite accessible to you.
Right.
Uh, what let's see. Tell me. So you 15 years in Texas, 10 years as a real estate agent. Let's talk a little bit about values and things that you love and try and on not necessarily real estate related, but I guess what's driving you and your why.
My why is definitely my family. We always talk about having financial freedom, and that's a big reason why people invest in real estate. I think that applies for us as those in the industry as well. We're approaching our own financial freedom, at some point.
Mhm.
So helping other families in the end helps my family as well. So that is a big part of my why and what motivates me. If I'm successful at helping them, I'm successful at helping my own family. Um, I love to travel, so I love being able to help other families so that I do have the freedom to travel when I'm not super busy during the summer or the hot months and things like that. So travel is a big part of I'm doing this so I can do that.
Nice. So tell me, leaning into the future a little bit, what's next on the plate for you?
Um, well, I mean, hopefully the rates will be going down at some point and we'll have a flood,
Yes.
of people coming back to the market. I think right now a lot of people are just sitting on the sidelines knowing that at some point they are going to drop because, our industry is cyclical and that's how it works. So I think everyone's kind of waiting to pull the trigger until the rates drop some. But when that happens, I mean, I'll be here to help them. And I'm hoping that, when we do get that influx, our market's going to, vastly improve, especially in
Yeah.
our area with the military movement and all of that.
Yeah, I can see that. And so tell me how, if someone is looking to list a home in your area or is looking at moving to the Fort Hood area and needs to buy a home, what are the best ways that they can get a hold of you?
I mean, they can contact me directly on my cell. My phone number is on my website. It's pretty much on all of my socials, but my website's good. My Instagram is good. My phone number is probably going to be the best way to reach me directly.
Okay. I'll put those links down below wherever y'all are watching or listening to the this podcast. Carissa, did I miss anything that I should have asked you?
No, I think we had a good amount of
Yeah,
interesting topics to discuss for sure.
good. Well, this was great. I just want everybody to get to know a little bit about you, and we'll come back and do this again in the future and see what we can do to help people find you. And everybody, this is Carissa. If you are looking to move or buy a home in the Fort Hood area, Central Texas, please reach out to her. She would love to help guide you in that process as a real estate agent. And if you're also looking to buy or you need to sell or do a refinance, I'm here as well as your favorite mortgage guy. Everybody, that's it for this recording of Between Two Doors. Until next time, thank you.
Thank you.